Virgil Abloh was a fashion sensation who shot to fame for his headline-making catwalks. He was dubbed the Karl Lagerfeld for millennials as he climbed from relative obscurity to the top of his game. Virgil sure came a long way in breaking that narrative for someone that was majorly known for his ties to Kanye West. The architect-turned-fashion designer was well known for his work in fashion, working with Louis Vuitton and his own brand Off-White. He also was known for his artistic direction and musical endeavors throughout his career. This is a story of a legend whose merited fame from hard work and persistence lives on even after he passed on. Chapter 1: The Beginning of His Life. Virgil was born to Ghanaian immigrant parents in Rockford, Illinois. While his father managed a paint company, his mother was a seamstress, and it was from her that Virgil first developed his love for fashion. However, because he was born in a world where thriving in the clothing world was a fantasy, he went to the University of Wisconsin. He studied civil engineering and graduated in 2002. He went on to get his master's degree at the Illinois Institute of Technology, and once again, he met with his first love. While attending IIT, there was a building on campus under construction designed by architect Rem Koolhaas. Koolhaas's building helped spark his interest in fashion further. Professors and classmates of Abloh recall him as quiet, considerate, and surprisingly calm. Abloh wore distinctive attire and custom accessories, according to architect Mary Ward, a teaching assistant in one of his studios. "We were in studio our first year, and he came in wearing a hoodie with fur sewn around the edge. I asked, 'Wow, Virgil, where did you get that?' He said he and his mom had made it together," explains Ward. "And he was lovely, quiet in the way that people who are observant are." Frank Fleury, his former studio professor, adds, "He was a different kind of architecture student, interested not just in architecture but in fashion, graphic design, and music. And he was just such a kind and generous person." Abloh's master's thesis envisioned a skyscraper in downtown Chicago that bowed toward Lake Michigan like a tree bending toward sunlight. For his 2019 solo exhibition Figures of Speech, the project was on view at the Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago. Abloh frequently spoke about how important his time spent in S.R. Crown Hall was to him. In an interview with Kaleidoscope, he stated, "The moment that I stepped inside Crown, I lost my breath. It unlocked my brain about the transcending quality of art." Chapter 2: His Relationship with Kanye West. Kanye West and Virgil Abloh struck up a friendship when the designer worked for a screen printing company, Custom Kings, in Chicago in 2009 when Don C., Kanye's manager at the time, introduced them. Their friendship grew when they interned together at Fendi in 2009. West was supposed to be on a global tour with Lady Gaga, but the rapper's infamous moment at the MTV Music Awards during Taylor Swift's speech led Gaga to cancel the tour. West embarked on an adventure in Rome, doing a 6-month internship with Fendi in 2009. His friend Abloh followed him to Fendi. The experience at the global brand enriched both of their careers, putting West on the road to creating his Yeezy brand, and Abloh became head of creative for Donda, the rapper's creative agency, in 2010. Abloh's career expanded after art directing Jay-Z and West's Watch the Throne album, which earned the designer a Grammy nod. "Kanye and I have been friends for 14 years now. We've always been driven by fashion. We've always been the kids in the store like wanting to know more because there's something that felt like something that was at play, something that we didn't know but we appreciated," he said in an interview with Vogue. As Kanye's aspirations grew and Abloh became a collaborator in Donda, he was tasked with turning Kanye's aspirations into actual projects. Ultimately, the Donda project was a mission to raise the taste level of the world working with Kanye. He at one time quoted Kanye saying, "He was like he's like, yo, you realize that like if we work hard, we could actually like raise the taste level of a whole generation in society." They were friends set to change the world's view. They were alike in every aspect, and perhaps this set them as competition against themselves. Chapter 3: His Rise with Pyrex. Virgil launched Pyrex Vision, his debut apparel line, in December 2012. Unlike a fashion label, Pyrex was more like a screen printing business. Jordan's number 23, along with the term Pyrex, was emblazoned on the back of deadstock Rugby Ralph Lauren shirts that Abloh purchased for just $40. He then sold them for $500. Although the ethics were questionable, the repurposed flannels were reportedly sold out in a matter of minutes. Although Pyrex was received with underground acclaim, Virgil considered it more of a project than a fashion brand. Hence, he stopped it immediately to make way for his next idea after the release of Kanye West's sixth studio album. West was seen wearing the brand numerous times over the following few months, and it's safe to say Kanye's influence played a significant role in legitimizing Abloh as his own entity. Pyrex allowed me to get a foot in the door, Abloh told GQ in early 2015. It became an essential starting point. But it was more like an art project. It was a moment in time, just a vision that I had. And because there was interest in it, and because I saw that it was catching steam, I quickly wanted to rebrand and expand my vision on clothing. Take a more serious approach. Chapter 4, His Deal with Louis Vuitton and New Beginnings. On March 25, 2018, Abloh was named artistic director of Louis Vuitton's menswear ready-wear line, making him the first person of African descent to lead the brand's menswear line, as well as one of the few black designers at the helm of a major French fashion house. Upon his acceptance of the position, he stated, "It is an honor for me to accept this position. I find the heritage and creative integrity of the house are key inspirations and will look to reference them both while drawing parallels to modern times." Abloh showed his first collection for Louis Vuitton at the 2018 Men's Fashion Week at the Palais Royal Gardens in Paris. Prior to this historic performance, Rihanna was the first well-known individual to wear Abloh clothing. For Abloh's first Vuitton show, Playboi Carti, Steve Lacy, A$AP Nast, Dev Hynes, and Kid Cudi walked the runway. Following that, Abloh's designs were in high demand. In collaboration with Nike, he produced a unique suit for Serena Williams to wear throughout the 2018 U.S. Open. On June 5, 2018, Abloh unveiled a limited edition transparent bag as part of a unique partnership with the luggage company Rimowa. Abloh and IKEA began producing furniture for millennials in March 2019, including cupboards, rugs, coffee tables, and seats. Abloh used a variety of stylistic features, such as placing quotation marks around specific words and applying them to various of clothing and, in this case, different types of furniture. For instance, by placing a doorstop on one of the chair's legs to raise it, Abloh produced a doorstop interruption on a chair. The Fracta bag is a staple product from Abloh. The word sculpture is inscribed on the side of the beige object. Abloh and Sense collaborated to release a workout collection in March 2019. This collection included a range of activewear, including crop tops, leggings that matched sports bras, and athletic sweaters. The off-white yellow logo wrapped around the waist of the pants and the bottom of the sports bras was one of Abloh's hallmark designs that were featured into the collection. Abloh added his four-way arrows in 3 dimensions on the front of the tops and pants to form a cross. The fall 2018 issue of Cultured magazine featured a dialogue between Abloh and his friend and frequent collaborator Takashi Murakami. "I now have a platform to change the industry. We're designers so that we can start a trend, we can highlight issues, we can make a lot of people focus on something, or we can cause a lot of people to focus on ourselves. I'm not interested in the latter. I'm interested in using my platform as one of a very small group of African American males to design a house, to sort of show people in a poetic way." Abloh was added to the Council of Fashion Designers of America's Board of Directors in 2019. Shortly after, he would create the masterpiece that was Hailey Bieber's wedding gown and veil. On the veil, he included his famous quotation marks design around the words "Till death do us apart." LVMH mode Hennessy Louis Vuitton announced in July 2021 that it would acquire a 60% share in Off-White, with designer Abloh, who was Louis Vuitton's creative director of menswear, keeping the remaining 40%. Abloh received more creative freedom across the LVMH brand at the same time. Chapter 5: A Legend Lives On. Virgil Abloh died on November 28, 2021, at the age of 41, after battling cancer privately for years. His funeral service was private, with only some of his and his wife's closest friends. It took place on December 6, 2021, in Chicago, and in attendance were Kanye West, Drake, Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, Kid Cudi, Tyler, The Creator, A$AP Rocky, Frank Ocean, Vic Mensa, Lauryn Hill, Don C., and Jerry Lorenzo, amongst his family and other close friends. LVMH, with Virgil's family's permission, paid tribute to Abloh at their planned November 30th SPINOUT fashion show in Miami. The show was themed "Virgil Was Here." Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, Bella Hadid, Pharrell Williams, Tahar Rahim, Venus Williams, Joe Jonas, Ricky Martin, Jeremy Pope, 21 Savage, Joan Smalls, and Bernard Arnault attended the tribute. That's not all. The French luxury brand also dedicated the windows of their boutiques worldwide in a poetic remembrance, displaying large panels of smudged, vibrant color and the poignant tagline "Virgil Was Here." They began installing the displays on December 3, 2021, and most were in place by the following Monday, when Virgil's funeral took place. Boutiques in New York, Seoul, Tokyo, Osaka, London, Moscow, Taipei, Los Angeles, Chicago, Singapore, Istanbul, Sydney, Bangkok, Milan, and Madrid are among those decorated with variations of Virgil's sky in a range of warm, rich colors, reiterating a backdrop used for windows for his debut Wizard of Oz-inspired Vuitton collection in 2019. After Vuitton's spin-off show for its men's Spring 2022 collection, which ended up being a tribute to the late designer, the "Virgil Was Here" windows reprised the phrase mainly written in the sky via a drone display. About 1,500 people attended the November 30th event, which was held at the Miami Marine Stadium alongside friends and top celebrities previously mentioned. To commemorate the inauguration of Vuitton's second men's-only store in the world, in the Miami Design District, Abloh designed 10 looks for the Miami presentation. A number of Abloh's motivational sayings are also shown in the windows, such as "Let your imagination run riot," "Everything I do is for the 17-year-old version of myself," and "I'm a dreamer." I think about how long my ideas can impact or bring a different voice to the rest of the world. Another says, "Life is so short, you can't waste even a day subscribing to what someone thinks you can do versus knowing what you can do." This one nearly sounds prophetic. Virgil and Kanye fought hard and pushed themselves so much to create something that would outlive them. Without a doubt, Virgil's dream came through, and he is a legend the fashion world will not forget for a long time.